It is week 10 of the season and week 1 of the playoffs in the top tier H&W Electrical Truck Series. The 5-race playoffs begin tonight at the iconic Charlotte Motor Speedway. Who will lock themselves into the next round with a win, and who will already be on the outside looking in heading into next week at Talladega? We're going to find out shortly. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name is Joshua King. This is your countdown to green. We're taking a look here on our screen at the race info here shortly. Stand by. Getting to, there we go. Took a minute, but once again, Charlotte Motor Speedway H&W Electrical Truck Series playoffs. Track is just under a mile and a half, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 676 feet altitude in Concord, Carolina. Or, yes, geez, all over the place. We're going to speak to the number 10 of Aaron Brown, who is one of those playoff contenders in the pre-race show this evening. We're also going to speak to the 01 of Timothy Presley, which is right there, who is sitting 19th currently. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the playoff drivers as they come into the first round. Sitting first place is Latham Joyner, 1,024 playoff points to start with. Phenomenal regular season. Dylan Canova comes in with 2 wins, 105 playoff points, 106, I apologize. Kenny Cooko behind him, Brady Floyd, Jake Raven, Jacob Wilson, Nick Raffini, J.D. Van Kirk is the current cut line. Nobody will be cut this evening. And then we have Chris Pierce, Rob Higgs, Adrian Fernandez, and rounding out your 12-driver playoff field is the 10 of Aaron Brown, who we're going to try to get in here right now, actually. See if we can do that. Aaron enters this evening's race sitting in the 12th spot, as I mentioned, with 997 playoff points. Aaron, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Aaron, good to talk to you again. We spoke last week, before and after the race, actually. Of course, there's been an update to the truck. How do you feel about how it's going to handle out there this evening?
Well, I never ran a C6 like I said I should have after last week, so I didn't really get much practice, but I ran out there, felt really good. It felt a little free, but it'll probably tighten up later in the run, especially when you start to wear out that right front a little bit more. But it feels good. Feels a lot better than the last week in a way, I would say. Well, it feels a lot better compared to a mile and a half, but it'll definitely be a lot different because you gotta lift a lot more, especially with the tighter corners compared to some other tracks like Vegas or Texas. You gotta lift a lot more here at Charlotte, like in 3 and 4 especially. 3, 4, and 1 and 2 are gonna be a little bit differently driving with the narrower racetrack in 3 and 4 compared to 1 and 2.
Right, and I think you're in the same boat as most drivers. The update was today, so it's not like a lot of people probably had a ton of time to sit there and practice with it. Sure, a couple people got some laps in. You come in this evening, as you heard me mention when we pulled you up, that you have 997 points total. That automatically kind of puts you behind the 8 ball, if you will. How important is it tonight to go out there, have a strong performance, maybe even win a stage, and be there at the end to compete for the win?
Oh, absolutely. It's very important tonight, especially I would say I'm more worried about this round than I am next round, obviously, because well, you think you'd be a little bit more worried about next round because you're going to the championship round, but this round it's tonight. You got Charlotte, and then next week you have Talladega. So Talladega, anything could happen there. So you got to capitalize what you can tonight, and hopefully I can go get out there and get the win. But hopefully run out front like I've been doing all season long. Just pick up as much points as possible. But yeah, starting behind the cut line already with the penalty from last week on my final restart. But yeah, we're definitely behind the 8 ball. But just go out there and do like we've been doing all season. Hopefully we'll be up above it after tonight.
Well, it worked out last week for us. I mentioned, we talked in the pre-race show, and hopefully we'd get to talk again. That ended up happening. So have to believe if we end up talking after tonight's race, it's probably for a good reason. Best of luck out there tonight, Aaron. Anyone you'd like to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, I gotta thank our sponsors for over here at Asia, agsports.com and then forklook.net. I gotta thank all the admins out here for putting on the race tonight. It's been a great regular season. Have a good playoffs tonight, and thanks for tuning in. You for the broadcast.
Absolutely, sir. We will get you back down to your team chat. Appreciate you joining us. Good luck this evening.
Thank you.
Once again, folks, that was the driver of the number 10 that you're taking a look at on your screen, Aaron Brown, coming in sitting 12th, 3 points out of that kind of cut line area as of right now, due to a post-race penalty last week. But now let's kind of switch gears to someone that is not in the playoffs, had kind of an up and down season so far. But the good news is for Mr. Timothy Presley, he is sitting within striking distance of being able to walk away with that award called the On the Brink Award, which is the first person that doesn't make playoffs, the highest points finisher. Tim, this is Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Timothy, thanks for joining us this evening. I mentioned to Aaron how there was the update this morning, and the truck is going to maybe feel a little bit different, be a little bit different. Have you noticed anything so far in short-term practice?
Yeah, so I've been doing a good bit of practice throughout the day as soon as the whole program came back up online. And it feels a little bit more stable on entry. It still likes to get a little bit squirrely on center and on exit, but overall short term it's really good.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably one of the lucky ones, I would assume, the fact that you've actually got some practice time. You heard me mention right when we pulled you, you're sitting 19th in points. Kind of an up and down season, right? You've had some moments where you run up front. You've had some moments that haven't been your best luck, of course. How do you kind of put everything together now for the next 5 races and kind of fix the season, if you will, to grab that 13th finisher spot and get the money for the On the Brink Award?
Oh man, I didn't even know there was money involved, to be honest.
Oh well, there you go. Breaking news.
Yeah, I've just been caught up in a bunch of situations, just wrong place, wrong time, in a lot of races this season. So just trying to salvage what I can, get a strong finish.
Yeah, well, to break the news to you, there is some money on the line. The 13th place finisher in points wins the On the Brink Award, which is provided and sponsored by Royalty Motorsports. So you're right in striking distance. You're 47 points out, which, as you know, in this league, I mean, a couple top fives for you and a couple not so great finishes for your competitors will put you in a good position to win that. So still something to fight for last 5 races. Of course, I know you come in every single race, like most drivers, looking to get the checkered flag as the winner. So best of luck to you this evening and the rest of the way. But anyone you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, just a shout out to all the guys at Companion Racing Development for allowing me to work on their cars throughout the season and allowing to put them on my truck this year. I mean, they've helped me start my racing career more than anybody, and just I owe all of my success up to this point to them. So thank you, Michael and Jordan, and everybody back at the shop working their high nose off, and I can't wait for 2025 for those guys.
Right on, man. I see on your truck you got the raceforthekids.com. What is that about? Is that like a charity?
Yeah, it's a charity. So if you go to raceforkids.com, it's one of my buddies, Darren Krantz Jr. He founded it. He's 13 years old, a late model stock driver down in North Carolina, and really what it is it's a foundation to help raise money and just help kids fighting childhood diseases, help kids and their families.
Very cool. Well, that's cool to hear. We'll be rooting for you. Good to see you, or good to talk to you, and I guess see you on track. Maybe we'll talk after the race if everything goes the way you're probably hoping it goes.
I hope so. It's good to finally have an interview after something bad happened.
That was...
That happened.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, sir. Well, we'll get you back down. You were in mid-tier, is that right? Where were you hanging out?
JMR.
JMR, that's right. Okay. I pull so many people throughout the race, but all right. Good luck to you, sir.
I appreciate it.
Of course. All right, folks. Once again, that was the driver of the 01, Timothy Presley. Let's take a look here real quick at our timing tower. As you can see there, several drivers highlighted in green. I explained it last week, but those are your 12 playoff drivers. So they will show up there. That will make it a little bit easier for you guys at home to watch the action, root for your playoff drivers, see where they're at throughout the field. And I will do my absolute best to update you on that as well as we move through this evening's race. We will also have 2 green flag stages tonight. This race is 100 laps, so it will be stages at lap 25 and 50. Last week during the race, we had such great racing going on that I wasn't able to give you that for the second stage, but I'll try to keep updated on there. Right now we're taking a look at Chris Pierce in the 65. He's another playoff driver. He's currently 3rd quick in practice. Running 4th quick in practice is the 11 in the Cucko Motorsports Chevy. That's Kenny Cucko. He's also a playoff driver as you see him dip down to pit road. Here's the 70 of Dylan Canova in a really, really nice new paint this evening. Let's see if we can't get a good look at it. That's the Revved Up Racing Delco Paving Chevy on the 70 of Dylan Canova. Really nice looking paint there. Wonder how long it took him to do the backside of that one. But anyway, here, oh, look out. Before Jeremy Gill taking the quick way down pit road there to end his practice, I'd assume. Here's Christian Proctor now in the 13 out of Noonan, Georgia. Not a playoff driver, but having a fairly good season is Christian Proctor. There's Rob Higgs Jr. in the 88. Go back here so we can see everybody update. He is a playoff driver as well. J.D. Van Kirk is a back-to-back playoff driver now. Made it last season and squeaked in after last week. But congrats to the 22 of J.D. Van Kirk, his second playoff appearance. There's the 69 of Marty White in the SM Racing Products Ford. A lot of bright colors there. Oh, look out. Hold on to it, Marty. Oh, head into the wall. He's going to try not to do that in the race. But we took a look at some cars there, some trucks rather, as they get ready to go qualifying. As we see the first truck to hit the track is the 10 of Aaron Brown. He's not wasting any time getting out there. We'll keep you updated on the quick times. There's the 44 of Jorge Ledesma Jr. in the Revved Up Racing Toyota. Drafty Beef is back with us this evening in the SM Racing Products Press Gas Haul Ass number 2 Chevy. Good looking truck there. Of course, it's painted by him. Royalty Motorsports on the back of that thing. Let's take a look at Jarrett Martin as he comes out for his warm-up lap. That's the number 8 of Jarrett Martin. Good looking truck there. Oh, hold on to it, buddy. It's just the warm-up lap. He does. He'll keep it straight. Looks like coming around to the start finish, he'll probably be hoping to put together a better lap number 2. There's Jim Thorndike in his traditional red, white, and blue 59 Cuckoo Motorsports Chevy. He's a little loose off the corner. He holds it together, though, building up speed. Aaron Brown, the first one to turn in a lap, 29.40 at the top of the board currently. Chris Pierce follows him with a 29.62. A lot of times coming in here right now. Jeremy Gill, good lap, 29.66. He's currently third quick on the board. Christian Proctor follows him. Justin Waddell having himself a good season as we take a look at Waddell in the Napa Auto Parts Mountain Dew 33. Already put in a time. He's third quick. He improved on his second lap. Jacob Wilson, 29.38. He's fourth quick. We'll take a look at him. He's done for his practice time. Aaron Brown still at the top of the board. Improved on lap 2, 29.14. Anyone going to touch Aaron Brown? One notable who has not gotten a time. There he is. Okay, he's out there. Got nervous. He would have been nervous too if he wasn't able to make the race. Once again, everyone at home, we mentioned it earlier on here. We had a large update to the trucks and iRacing in general. Let's take a look at where Latham Joyner puts his first lap. Aaron Brown still at the top of the board, 29.14. The tower has not updated. Not sure why. Let's refresh the tower. Kenny Coco up to second quick, 29.25. It's like Latham Joyner currently fourth quick, 29.28 on there. Aaron Brown's quick time must not have counted for qualifying. It is updated for everybody else as you take a good look there at Charlotte Motor Speedway from the blimp cam. Getting ready to go racing here momentarily from Charlotte. Let's take a quick break here and get a word from some of our sponsors here at Royalty Racing Network and Royalty Motorsports. Folks, we'll be right back with the green flag. Stay with us. Feel free to chat. All right, folks, we are back from our words at Majestic Promotional and Branded Apparel. Great sponsor of us here at Royalty Racing Network and Royalty Motorsports. Marty in the chat says, good thing you didn't get my outlap on the broadcast. Yeah, it looked like a lot of people were loosey-goosey off the exit on the outlap. Most people, though, did put it together and figure it out. Marty, how you feeling about the truck this evening? We're waiting for the grid to be available here, folks. So we take a nice look way up above of Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm going to take this opportunity to go to one more commercial break, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, it is time for the starting grid this evening. Let's see here if we can get things settled in. No, all right, not going to work. Well, starting on the pole is that person we talked to in the pre-race show. He couldn't ask for a better lap there. It's Aaron Brown in the 10. Kenny Cucco, strong qualifying from him. He'll start on the outside of row number 1 in second. Then we have Chris Pierce in the 65. Next to him on the outside in the Stay Tuned Esports Chevy is the 3 of Latham Joyner. He is your current points leader and playoff leader. That could be significant coming into the elimination race next week. Then we have the 70 of Dylan Canova starting 5th. Then Randy Schuler rolls off 6th this evening. He's in 31. Then Christian Proctor's in the 13 and 7th. Nick Raffini in the 03. Jeremy Gill starts 9th in the 4 truck. Jacob Wilson, there he is. He starts 10th in the 51. Brady Floyd is starting 11th tonight. Adrian Fernandez, another playoff driver, starts 12th. Then we got Adrian Fernandez, I'm sorry, he starts 13th. Justin Waddell starts 12th in the Waddell Motorsports 33. In 14th is J.D. Van Kirk. Next to him is the 69 of Marty White. Then we have Royalty Motorsports driver Drafty Beef starting 17th. Rob Higgs Jr. starts 18th. Jorge Ledesma in the 44 starts 20th. Timothy Presley starts 21st. Dan Ames starts 22nd. And that's as many as I'm getting, even though there are more people. So we have Kelly Akron starting 24th, or 23rd rather. And not sure why this isn't updating, but we are green either way. So let's go here to the race view and take a look at Aaron Brown in the 10 as he's off to a good jump there, and Kenny Coco on the outside already getting pressure from the 65 of Chris Pierce. Woo, little squirrely there for the 11 of Kenny Coco. Everyone behind him, as you see, the whole field holds it straight. That's what we want to see early. Let those tires warm up. Let's take a look at Kenny Coco in the early battle for second place with Chris Pierce, and the caution is already out. Man, oh man. Why is it already out? See if we can't figure out what happened here. Don't see anybody that crashed. Let's go, maybe we take a look here at our instant replay if we won't get a good view of it. That's not it. We see maybe Adrian Fernandez had a little bit of an issue. Maybe he caused it. No, he was behind it. Where the heck did we? Maybe Jeremy Gill? Looks like it. Let's take a look at Jeremy Gill. Oh, up into the wall. Locked it up, kept it straight, it looks like. Nothing came across as saying anybody wrecked, but nonetheless, we're already under caution here as we work lap 3 of lap 100. Rena, I agree with you. Not a great start to the night. If you missed the beginning, I've alluded to it a couple times now, where there has been an update to these trucks just today. And with work schedules and things like that, with it being a Tuesday, a lot of people probably didn't get a chance to do a lot of practice. Timothy Presley in the 01, who joined us in the pre-race show, did mention that he got quite a bit of practice today, but not sure how reliable that could be for some of the other drivers. We'll see. I apologize, folks, about the starting grid. Not sure what happened there with the last couple rows of our field this evening. As it sits right now, though, Kelly Akron is 22nd. Justin Waddell must have been involved in that issue that we couldn't find in our little box there. Jake Raven and Drafty Beef are back there in 24th and 25th. Let's take a look at Jake Raven. We didn't get to see him in practice, nor did we see his qualifying time. That's a really nice looking black and gold 37 there for Jake Raven. And we got Talon Drake. Oh, look at that thing, the Fruity Pebbles 18 Toyota. That's a nice looking paint there for Talon Drake joining us this evening. Think he's missed the last couple races. He was potentially in a playoff spot, if I do recall correctly. But now that we've covered everybody, you can see the I'm sorry about that. You can see the pace lights are out on the pace car. I just loaded a new camera pack here and didn't have a lot of chance to practice with it. That's a pretty cool one. Let's go to the starter cam, though, as we should be going green, and we'll see the number 10 of Aaron Brown lead him down the front stretch. And the green flag is out. He gets another good jump there. As we saw early, the 65 of Chris Pierce was pressuring Kenny Coco, and now Coco is back to the pressure spot. And Latham Joyner already giving him a look on the inside on lap 5. This is very early. And we'll let this settle down as the 65 is going to maybe take another look. No, he doesn't. A lot of good racing, though, throughout the field as we take a look now at Christian Proctor, who's on the inside of the 31 of Randy Schuler. Ooh, Schuler almost looked like he got into the wall there. Now he sets his sights on the 70 of Dylan Canova. He's off to a great start, is Christian Proctor. I know he'd love to get a win. Nick Raffini and J.D. Van Kirk close by. Raffini might be taking a look to the outside now, maybe dipping to the inside of Brady Floyd in the 20 truck. Good run on the back stretch. Not going to have enough, though, to get there. As they come down the front stretch and everyone is settled out single file for probably the top 20. Let's go back here and look at that 20 spot. That is Jarrett Martin under pressure. Oh, look out, little bump. They keep it straight, though. That's the 44 of Jorge Ledesma Jr. making that move on the inside. Now he's going to go to the inside of Jeremy Gill, who probably, if I had to guess, still has some damage. No fast repair tonight, folks. That's something new for this series as of last week, and now maybe 3 wide. No. Shane King took a look, but the 8 shut it down. That's Jarrett Martin in the 8 once again. Now Shane King will look kind of outside, inside, not sure where he wants to go, but he looks fast. Now we got Justin Waddell right there as well. Shane King still trying to look for an avenue past these guys. For right now, though, Jarrett Martin, they all stay side by side. Shane King is very patient. He will not have any problem being patient with that and kind of working his way out. Stay out of the wall, though, 60, as he does. Latham Joyner, though, has taken over the lead from Aaron Brown, and Aaron Brown has fell to 5th now, as you see him on the inside there. But Latham Joyner has the lead. Christian Proctor behind him. I am not a fan of what we got going right now with these cameras. Putting together a nice little run after a very early caution. Now Christian Proctor's going to take over the lead from Latham Joyner. Joyner will fall in line. Proctor, the only one out of the top 5 that's not a playoff driver. Even though we got Randy Schuler back here battling with the 10 truck of Aaron Brown to flirt with the top 5, but he's got company in the 65 of Chris Pierce. There's only 2 drivers out of our top 14 that are not playoff drivers, and it's your leader right there, Christian Proctor, and your 6th place runner right now, and the 31 of Randy Schuler, giving these guys a run. Proctor's went out to nearly 2/10 for just a minute there before Dylan Canova closes in on him. Latham Joyner settles in now just a bit. So we see the long shot there on the front stretch. Canova pressuring Proctor, and he'll take a dip inside. Take a look. Not going to have a good run. Proctor's really fast on the outside right now. Yeah, no fast repair, Gary. That was new last week. And, man, did we see it impact some playoff drivers. Kenny Cooko now a little bit of pressure from the 31 of Randy Schuler. Like I say, all single file here. All the way through the field almost is now our best race is Adrian Fernandez taking a look to the inside on the 03 of Nick Raffini. He made that one look easy. We caught it when it just began. Now look out, Rob Higgs. Oh, Raffini's loose. He's going to lose a ton of spots now. We picked this battle up when he was 10th. He's back to 15th, gathers it back in, but Marty White gonna take a look now, but loses it there. But Brady Floyd and Chris Pierce. Floyd is on the move. He's up 4 spots now, up to your 7th spot as he sets his sights on the 31 of Randy Schuler right in front of him. Looks like that inside lane getting a little bit more traction and speed as this green flag run. Oh, and they touch. Keep it straight, boys, and they do. Both of them have that talent. Be able to make it through that. That's nothing going to affect them. Now Jacob Wilson's going to take advantage. Chris Pierce will take advantage of the little slip there by the 31. And he's merely working his way back up after being down 4 now. He's made some passes. Rob Higgs Jr. in the 88. He's already up 6 spots. Jim Thorndike in the 59 up 5. A lot of big movers and shakers here early in the run, folks. This is the 44 of Jorge Ledesma Jr. He's feeling good right now. He's up 6. Timothy Presley is up 5 from where he started in 21st. Talon Drake, I don't think he got a qualifying lap in unless he slapped the wall on both of them, but he's up 9 spots from dead last. Shane King is up 2. Jake Raven is up 2. If we stay green, they might have a hard time reeling in too many more drivers. But Dylan Canova leads the way as now getting pressure from the 3 of Latham Joyner. No surprise there that Joyner's running up front. Once again, he is your points leader coming into tonight. He kind of touched the wall just a little bit there. Aaron Brown. Let's take a look at the blimp cam. We got our top 5 running pretty close together. Top 3. Oh, look out. 10 squeezers are in there. Can he hold it on the inside? He does, but the 70, I think, got just a little nervous. And he'll back out of that. He says, it's too early for that, boys. No, thank you. So now we have the 2 trucks in 1st and 2nd kind of pulling away just a little bit as you see a half-second lead to Canova. I don't know what happened to him. If he smacked the wall and the caution is out. Let's see. Uh-oh, looks like it might be some guys in the back of the field. See Marty White here next to the 60 of Shane King. Oh, and it looks like the 60 got loose. Looks like the 69 was about to go around. Oh, no, and into Jake Raven. Oh. Let's take another look at that, though, from the chase cam here. Maybe that one will be better. That'll be perfect. Let's rewind it just slightly. And that's exactly what happened. It looks like the 60 was just a little loose. Oh, and into the 69. He almost went airborne. Keeps it straight. Oh, and then loses it again. He did the best he could. Jake Raven, bad place, bad timing. Unfortunate. Jeremy Gill. What happened to him? More issues for Gill, looks like. Let's see if we can't see if he was involved in this also. I didn't see it. Sometimes you gotta scroll through the old school way. He's all fine and dandy there. I think that was an error, folks, but nevertheless, get back to live action as we saw some people elect to pit. Everybody pit now on lap 23 except for this guy, your current leader, Talon Drake. Some strategy now. This is going to be a 3 pit stop race at least. These guys will get about 38 laps of fuel. So a lot of them electing now to pit under yellow, which makes sense. So everybody pit this last time. So you have Talon Drake who pit on lap 2. Maybe damage, I'd assume, from that early caution, electing to stay out now. But literally right behind him in the 10, on back through the field, everybody pit on 23, with the exception of the guys now that are in. Dan Ames, more than likely damaged. Jake Raven, due to damage, waiting for the field to pass to come out there. Jeremy Gill still getting some damage fixed from his first incident. Sure, he was relieved to be able to get some more damage fixed there. Marty White was involved, as we saw. I don't see him anywhere. Marty White might be calling it a night, unfortunately. But if we go back to Talon Drake, who is going to lead the field to green here, but that's going to be interesting because he is, of course, on way older tires than everybody else. And I have to believe he's probably going to get swallowed up fairly quick, as we're going to go to the starter cam once again and see how this plays out for Talon. I have to believe he'll probably dip it to the inside, and he's probably been talking to these guys and saying, hey, you know what? We're not going to have anything for you, but he wanted to lead a lap, and he's not dropping back too fast as he continues to lead for right now. But the 10, as you see, he will get the move done, and no place to go for Latham. He's got to get in line behind the 10. Good jump for these two guys as we saw him leading the field when the caution came out. Look out, the 13. Christian Proctor into the wall. Oh, and a whole bunch of guys involved behind him. Kelly Akron's around. The 33 of Waddell is around. Other playoff drivers were involved in that. Let's see. Rob Higgs, I think, might have been involved slightly. Let's see if we can't go back to here and watch just what happened. Loose off the corner gets the 65 of Chris Pierce involved. We'll go As we'll see Justin Waddell was involved in some of the aftermath that was caused. Oh, he tried to squeak it by, and he was ever so close. Randy Schuler involved. Talon Drake is loving it right now. Not that he has anything against those guys, but Randy Schuler, no back end there. He'll have to come in and get that fixed, as he's in right now. But yeah, Talon Drake lucked out. He was probably going to get cycled through the field with a lot older tires. And now he gets to pit on your yellow, thinking his lucky stars there. But that'll basically cycle the field they were already, the way they were already before the pit stops. Besides your trucks that are damaged, and let's take a look at them. We got the 65 of Chris Pierce on pit road. Justin Waddell just went by, coming off pit road. Randy Schuler, of course, no back end. He's there. Timothy Presley, he started a lot of damage on the 13 truck. Christian Proctor, I should say. Timothy Presley was in. He's exiting now. Talon Drake, green flag, or scheduled pit stop for him. No damage. Shane King, maybe he looks like he has some damage on the front end of the 60. Probably from that issue he had with Marty White. Kelly Akron is in. He got involved in that last crash. Time to get some damage fixed for him, but we're back up to the front of the field. Yeah, Eric, it gets intense in a hurry. A lot of trucks wrapped up in that one. So your top 10 sits like this. Aaron Brown leads the way. We got Latham Joyner beside him sitting second. Dylan Canova is in third. Brady Floyd up 7 spots, all the way up to fourth. Good run for Floyd. He needs it. He's in the playoffs and wants to have a good showing here early. Kenny Kuko is down 3 spots, still sitting in fifth. That rounds out your top 5. Jacob Wilson in the 51 is sixth. Running seventh is the 243 of Adrian Fernandez. Jim Thorndike is up 8 spots currently. Good run for Jim. He got into some real early trouble last week and didn't have a chance to make it up. He missed out on playoffs by 1 spot. Rob Higgs Jr. is up 9 spots. He's sitting 9th. And J.D. Van Kirk rounds out your top 10, sitting in the 10 spot. He's up 4 spots. And he is also in the playoffs. As you see on our tower, the only driver that is not a playoff driver as we get ready to take the green flag is Jim Thorndike. Green flag is out. The 10 will jump off to a good jump now. He'll get away briefly from the 70 of Dylan Canova and all other challengers, as now Latham Joyner falls in line into third. Then we have Brady Floyd. Let's keep an eye on the 3 and the 20 of Brady Floyd and Latham Joyner. See if there's any action there. And yes, folks, I may be foreshadowing something that might be brewing, as we see the 11 of Kenny Kuko trying to fend off the 51 of Jacob Wilson, who's still on the move. He's up 5 spots currently, as we see Kuko ride the wall a little bit. He doesn't get into it. Good speed and good run off the corner. Oh, and he's blinking. Don't do that, Kenny. Hang in there. They're 2 by 2 on the front stretch. It's Brady. It's Kuko, followed by Wilson and Fernandez. Kuko sets his sights on the 4th place spot. He made it look easy as he gets past the 20 of Brady Floyd. Floyd is still up 6, though. He might be saving tires early in the run. No reason to push just now. as we're at lap 32, just started lap 33. Now Wilson will get by, or I'm sorry, Fernandez will get by Wilson, I should say. Some good racing here further back in the pack, though. The 18, the 8, and the 2 of Drafty Beef, who's up 2 right now. Drafty might just be running a little bit, trying to figure out where he might have an opening to get past the 8 of Jarrett Martin. Right there on the back bumper. Let's see if he takes it to the inside on him now. As he will, as we look to the nose cam of Jarrett Martin. There you see Drafty Beef. You see someone down on the apron briefly way up above. They're side by side now for the 14th spot, and currently Drafty Beef holds it. And he's got him. Good pass done by Drafty, and he's on the move. He's 3 up. We saw him on a tear last week until he had some issues. The 18, Talon Drake, continues to move up. He's 13th, and like I said, no one benefited more from that third caution we've had than Drake. He was able to pit under yellow like the rest of the field, basically. Now we have Jorge Ledesma Jr., who's cooking. He's running 10th, and he's on the inside of the 01 of Timothy Presley. See if they can keep it straight, and if Ledesma can get it done. You see sparks out of the backside of Presley as he runs up against the wall. He's going to fend off Ledesma Jr. for now. That battle's not over. J.D. Van Kirk wants in on the action. They're still side by side as we get up into the 8 through 10 spots. The 59 is going by Brady, and I don't know if Brady maybe tapped the wall or something, but we've seen him lose about 5 spots since we went back green. We're going to keep an eye on that. Now Rob Higgs, out of nowhere, gets past Ledesma and Presley. That's the old 2-for-1 job. And he's setting his sights on Brady Floyd. We're going to keep it right here as we have about a 10th between the leaders and 2 tenths in increments back behind them through the top 5. Ledesma Jr. still looking for an opportunity on the 01 of Presley, and now he's got even more company. Talon Drake will take him on the inside. J.D. Van Kirk not far behind. Ledesma Jr. will close that opportunity off for J.D. Van Kirk for now, though. Talon Drake up 15 spots. He's up to 11th, and he is by far your biggest mover right now, as we see them get all single file. Let's take a look here. Heating up just a little bit. Aaron Brown is pressuring just slightly the 11 of Kenny Kuko. This is for the 2 spot, as Kuko continues to have a little bit of a blinking issue. And if you're not familiar with what that might be caused by, it's basically an internet issue between, his PC and his internet. So hopefully that doesn't continue. I know he's struggled with that in the past. I know he doesn't want to have that happen this evening in the first race of playoffs. But the 10 of Aaron Brown will tread lightly, I assume. And of course, these drivers, they communicate with each other. He has to know that he's probably having some issues, and he's going to give a little extra room to the 10 of Brown. And now Latham Joyner will get by him into the 3 spot. So your top 3 is Canova, Brown, and Joyner for the time being, as we've seen it so many times before this season. Brady Floyd now working back on the 59 of Jim Thorndike, who's running 7th. This is for the 7th spot. Talon Drake, I mean, like a rocket, man. He's up 16 spots, pressuring Rob Higgs. Is he saving enough tires, or is he burning them up, trying to get back to the front? I don't know. We will see. Time will tell. Brady Floyd, though, has gotten by the 59 of Jim Thorndike. That happened in a hurry. Now Talon Drake makes a move on Thorndike to clear him. Brady Floyd now getting past the 243, and all those spots that we saw him lose, now it comes up what I had mentioned, all the tire saving. Brady's back up into the 6th spot now, as we see Drafty Beef get past just at the last second by J.D. Van Kirk. Both of these guys having a good run so far. Van Kirk's up to 13th. Drafty Beef into the 14th spot. He's up 3 right now. Justin Waddell, after issues in that 3rd caution, is pressuring the 03 of Nick Raffini. Not what Raffini's looking for early on, I'd have to assume. He is a playoff driver. Chris Pierce, also a playoff driver. That may put them in bad position. However, Jake Raven is still on pit road, and he might be calling it a night. That's a look at some of your playoff drivers running further in the back, of course. Right now, with no fast repair, this playoffs is going to be absolutely insane. As we see Aaron Brown just in time make a move on the 70 of Dylan Canova for the lead. Little squirrely on the outside is Canova. They battle back Goodyear to Goodyear down the back stretch into turn 3. The 10 of Aaron Brown has the lead ever so slightly, but 70, man, what a run he had on the top side. Now the 3-0, he squeaks in between them, and he'll take a look at the lead here. Aggressive move from the 3 of Latham Joyner. He's going to take a look now. Let's see if the 70 has the same run on the outside. I have to believe he will. Not a good camera there. Tube's better, I guess. They continue to battle. We're about to hit lap 50 as these guys cross the stripe. Once again, oh, look out, close quarters there. Now the 10 will move on the 70 of Dylan Canova for the 2 spots. Some good racing for the top 3 here. Now the stage doesn't end now just because they took lap 50. It's at the end of lap 50. Still a chance for one of these guys to make moves. Latham Joyner loves winning those stages. This could be big for Aaron Brown. Can he get back up there and give it one more shot for the stage victory? It doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. Only a playoff point goes to your winner of the stage, folks. As Latham Joyner will win stage 2. Aaron Brown in second. Dylan Canova in third. Brady Floyd up 7 spots back to 4th. That's where he started this green flag run. And rounding out your top 5 and final winner of a stage point is Jacob Wilson. But up front is Latham Joyner, expanding the lead now, already out to over 0.3 of a second. Talon Drake now just moved into the top 5. Look out, he's on the front. Jacob Wilson, though, not going to make it easy for him. Talon Drake is now our only our non-playoff competitor sitting in the top 5 as he gets by the 51 of Wilson. Couple more guys, though, in the top 10. Jim Thorndike is in 9th. Right behind him, you see the 01 of Timothy Presley. Spoke to him in the pre-race show, and he's having himself a good run. He's up 11 spots. Sorry for that, folks. Had to take a brief second, about choked on my water. The 01 makes a move now on the 59 of Thorndike. This would be for the 9th spot. And they're side by side, close quarters racing we see there. Go to the far chase cam and see just how close it is. As just as we do that, slows down. But Drafty Beef is with these guys, as is Rob Higgs Jr. and Jorge Ledesma Jr. Now we're starting to see tire saving come into play a little bit, as Presley is up 11 now. But Drafty Beef says, I'll take one, if not both of these spots, boys. Give me some room. He's going to try to make it work on the outside. It looks like he might, if he gets a run off the corner on the 01. And he will have a really nice run there on exit. He'll get that move done and keep looking for the spot on Thorndike is 31. We saw just a little bit further back go into the wall. They cycle out. The lead, the battle for the lead has cooled off. It's about a second now. 8/10 I guess on Brown, 9/10. Flirting with a second between Joyner and Brown and Canova. Good racing back here, though. Chris Pierce trying to come back from his incident earlier as he tries to battle the 03 of Raffini. Raffini tries to battle back on him as well. Both playoff drivers here. Chris Pierce, Raffini, and J.D. Van Kirk all in positions that I know they'd like to move up from. As Chris Pierce in the 65 caught the 88 of Rob Higgs Jr. in a hurry. He made that pass look easy. Put him in in his rear view mirror. He'll keep moving up. He's now recovered to 12th. Jorge Ledesma Jr. looking on the outside of Rob Higgs. Oh no, we caught it live. Jorge Ledesma Jr. goes around. Contact with the 88 of Rob Higgs Jr. Let's go back and watch that again. See if we can't see anyone get loose. It could have been either one of them. Yet another crash that we catch live. The broadcaster curse, folks. Let's see here. It looks like the 88 just kind of came up into Ledesma Jr. He did, man. The 88 came right up into the 44, and he is not going to be happy about that as we get back to live action, as we see all of our field going down pit road. The 3 will lead them down. this time, Talon Drake decided to go with them. As you see him coming back up through the field. He's now sitting third as he comes off pit road, and let's see if we can't get a word with the driver of the 18, Talon Drake. Make sure I know where I'm moving him. But Talon is sitting in third position after the pit stop. He's up 23 spots currently. Let's see if we can't get a word with him. Talon, this is Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Talon, you just heard us say you're up 23 spots. What's the secret tonight? What do you got going on?
I don't know. I think just saving tires around the bottom, really just been helping me out, just making up some positions during the long run. And, have a good shot here with a good finish with 4 laps to go.
I mean, you're the only non-playoff driver running in the top 5 right now, so that's a good thing. I alluded to it earlier. You elected not to pit when the rest of the field did, and then you caught a really quick caution, I think 1 or 2 laps into the run. How thankful and how big was that for you?
Yeah, it was pretty important. I actually took a set earlier in the race, so I had to save a little time there, so extending my usage for like about 5-6 more laps, and that really helped me out here. Now I'm looking good on tires.
Well, it's been really fun to watch, man. I've been covering you all the way from the front to the back, mentioning how many spots you're up, but I look forward to hopefully chatting with you after the race and absolutely watching you compete for the win. I hope the 18 Fruity Pebbles Toyota has enough in the tank.
Oh, yeah, I do too. Thank you.
All right, sir. We'll talk to you later. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Yep, thank you.
Once again, that was Talon Drake, our biggest mover right now, up 23 spots as we take a look off the nose of our leader right now, Latham Joyner, who is going to take us to green here momentarily as the lights are off on the iRacing.com pace cars. We'll see it dive into pit road. And we'll go green here for lap 63 of 100. We'll watch Latham take the green. He hit the restart zone and off he goes into turn 1. As he leads the way, the 70 of Dylan Canova will fall in line behind. Talon Drake, who we just spoke to, will sit third. Kenny Cucko coming back strong. He's going to take a look on the inside. Oh, Jacob Wilson in the 51 is hard into the wall. Looks like he's got things going. No caution is out. Very slow. The best thing for Wilson right now is to hope that there's no significant damage to that and he can keep it going. That's big for Wilson. Playoff driver in the mix there. Just got loose. As we take a look at our leaders again, all single file for the top 10. Find some good racing on the speedway. Here's Rob Higgs. Just got passed by the 03 of Nick Raffini. That's now 5 playoff drivers in a row back here, starting with the 65. I'm sorry, we have Jarrett Martin in between. Starting with the 10 of Aaron Brown in 13th. Nick Raffini's in 14th. Rob Higgs Jr. follows him in the 15th spot. Jacob Wilson, after what we just saw, sits 16th. And J.D. Van Kirk is 17th. Man, that will mix up the playoffs. Up here to the lead, Talon Drake hangs tough. Fernandez moves into the 6th spot as he is working on the 11 of Kenny Kucko. Oh, look out. Timothy Presley looking to make his move for a top 5 finish potentially. As now, folks, we're into one more pit stop. Actually, no, we're within the pit window due to that caution, to where these guys will not need to pit anymore. So tire saving is more crucial than ever right now, as we still see the 11 and the 243 battle it out for that 5 spot. As we see Kenny blink a little bit, Jim Thorndike just got around the 01 of Timothy Presley on the outside for the 7 spot. I apologize, folks, with Kucko blinking. Every time he blinks, he goes out of my timing list. So being that that's the action we're following, it becomes a little challenging. Let's take a look here. Drafty Beef having himself another good evening. I know he doesn't want the same result as last week after a strong run, but he currently sits in the top 10, up 7 spots. I know he was wishing to have a better season the rest of the way up to this point to make playoffs, but wanted to check in on him. Timothy Presley up 13, Adrian Fernandez up 8, Brady Floyd up 7, in front of one of his Audrey Esports teammates at the moment. The top 3 continues to remain the same, though. Talon Drake, Dylan Canova, and Latham Joyner leads. Jeremy Gill still out there. He's having a good comeback run. 18th right now out of the 26 drivers that made the start. Hoping for some more cautions, I'd assume, for potential lucky dogs. Jacob Wilson is, let's see, Jeremy Gill is the first car lead lap, a lap down, I believe. He is. So he is absolutely hoping for another caution. We'll see if we get one. We're inside 30 laps to go. Everything's kind of cycled out, but Aaron Brown is looking to come back. Not sure what happened to him. Oh, he pit a lap later, it looks like, than everybody else. Maybe that'll be the advantage. He's already back up to 12th, even though that's 11 spots from where he was. But that one lap could be important, as he now sets his sights on Chris Pearson, the 65. A little bit of a gap, as you see there on your screen. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if that changes. Drafty Beef is not really catching the 9 of Justin, or the 33 of Justin Waddell. Not sure where I got the 9. But that's about 3/4 of a second currently. The lead up front has all cooled off for the time being. We're going to take this opportunity to step away and hear from our sponsors. We will be right back after these messages. Don't go away. Welcome back, folks. Nothing exciting during the break to discuss racing or live race wise. As you see, we have Marty in the chat of the stream mentioning that Jorge slammed the inside of the pits, I'm assuming is what that means, after his wreck. And we looked at the main wreck. Of course, there were other things to discuss. We didn't look at what happened, the domino effect of that, or what happened after that. When there's other people to potentially interview and things going on, we don't need to focus on necessarily every aspect of a wreck after we get the main idea. But I appreciate Marty calling that out. That would be why Jorge Ledesma was off the pace, and it looks like he has called it an evening. He is not on the track. Tough break for the 44 of Jorge Ledesma Jr. He was having a heck of a run this evening. It was really cool to see him up there running nice, and he was really fast. He had, in my opinion, the speed to be a top 10 finisher this evening. Well, let's run you through the field real quick. We got Latham Joyner still leading the way as we have 19 to go. Talon Drake runs second. He got past Dylan Canova just now. This is actually still pretty heated, and we'll stay on this for the time being, as he will look to now widen the gap a little bit between him and the 70 of Canova. You can bet the 70 will have something to say about that, though. But it looks like Talon Drake is successful so far, expanding that out to just a 10th. And we're going to watch up there our top two in the tower to see if Talon Drake can cut that second lead down over the next 17 laps. And I don't want to jinx anything, but our last two races, we had late cautions that made the finish absolutely unreal. Super exciting, but this is still your best race on the track for right now, is the 18 and the 70, as we now have 7 of 8 playoff drivers currently in the top 8, I should say. Then we have a little group there, 14th through 16th, Van Kirk, Wilson, and Higgs continue to battle it out as the 70 puts the back bumper to the 18 and merely gives him a push. That was awfully nice of him. But Latham Joyner has ever so slightly expanded that lead on Drake, which is not what the 18 wants to see. He wants it to go the other direction as we cross 15 to go now. Kenny Cooko just a little bit further back from Brady Floyd than he'd probably like to be, even though Cooko having himself a good night sitting 5th, but started 2nd. And Brady Floyd is up 7 of our playoff drivers. Him and his teammate, Adrian Fernandez, right there in the 243, having the best nights. They're both up 7 spots. Couple guys that are having great nights, Jim Thorndike and Drafty Beef, non-playoff drivers. As we see Shane King in the Royalty Motorsports number 60 Ford machine there is not a factor for position. As now Latham Joyner takes a little bit of a look, and what we see in the rearview mirror of them is the 20 of Brady Floyd. He's loving that they're battling. It's allowed him to close the gap on both of them. We've seen Floyd do this in the green flag runs. He's saved tires better than the rest of the guys, and it appears that that's the case this time as well. He's going to take a look to the 70 and the 18. They might be 3 wide off the corner. No, look out. The 70 nearly contacted the 18. He may have. Brady has his hands full trying to get past the 70. It looks like that move is done. He's going to close it. But now the 70, is he going to take a look to the inside? No, but the 20 might. He does have room down there. The 18 giving him enough room. And now the 70 going to take a look on the front stretch. See what I'd have to believe with the tire saving. Brady will be able to run away with him on the outside now. Or from him, rather. And now he'll have a good run on the 18. He's going to stick to the high side and see if he can't pull Goodyear to Goodyear. Oh, and he smacks the wall. That's not going to help him. Not going to help him catch the 18 of Talon Drake. But right now, as you see the 31 of Randy Schuler, he's in 20th position. And he's on the move. 20 will have nothing to do with that. But I guarantee you, he'll be ready to pounce based off whatever the 31 of Schuler does with the 18. He has to be on fresher tires than these guys. He pitted 9 laps after these guys, and like I said, he sits in the 20 spot. Let's go back now to Brady Floyd and see what he does when Schuler gets by the 18. Unfortunately, he's not close enough to take advantage of that move on the 18. But he is right there in striking distance for right now. As we're 7 to go, as we take a look from the blimp cam, and there's no one in sight from the blimp cam and the view of Latham Joyner. Once again, the purple and white 31 is not a factor for the lead, and I believe the 3 will once again just let him go by real quick. But now the lead is up to almost 2 seconds for Joyner, as he may be coming up on lap traffic, the 51 of Jacob Wilson. But they'll get that sorted out with no problem, I have to believe. Back here for our best race on the speedway right now, as the 20 has closed in on the 18. And they're side by side. If the 20 can keep it straight and out of the wall, he'll get the move done this time. Although the 18 will battle, have to believe the run will be stronger as you see him get loose. But I don't think, unfortunately, with 4 laps to go, that Floyd will have a move on the leader of Latham Joyner. I just don't think he has enough time to do it. If he would have got the move done 5-6 laps ago and we were watching it, maybe it gets interesting. But we are in that range now where we've seen some late cautions. Although there's nobody close on the racetrack. Except for right here, the 51. They might split them. Let's see if they do. They don't. Drake elects to go to the outside as the 51 stays low. Dylan Canova's in striking position now to take away the 3 spot from Talon Drake. Oh no, he might. Talon Drake, such a great run. I was hoping to get the post-race interview with a podium the way he's been running. Brady Floyd just not going to have enough. Talon Drake looks back to the inside. Joyner will be crossing for 1 to go as we come around this time by. There's your leader. Drake continues to battle with the 70 of Dylan Canova for the podium spot. Oh, look out, they're close into the 20. Brady keeps it close. Does the 18 have a run? Does the 70 have anything for Brady? No, sir. Latham Joyner, Brady Floyd, Dylan Canova. Talon Drake finishes 4th. Aaron Brown all the way back up to 5th. Good run for them. Chris Pierce finished 6th. Kenny Cucco finished 7th. Adrian Fernandez finished 8th. Drafty Beef, good finish for him, 9th, and he avoided all issues this evening. Nick Raffini has pulled it in already. He rounds out your top 10 as we take a look at Latham Joyner and the celebration. Get your results up there. We went through the top 10. And we'll hide the tower. Anyway, 11th was Timothy Presley. Jim Thorndike finishes 12th. Justin Waddell finishes 13th. J.D. Van Kirk finishes 14th. Rob Higgs Jr. brings it home in 15th. Jacob Wilson in 16th. Jarrett Martin in 17th. Jeremy Gill, mixing people together now. Jeremy Gill finished in 18th. Dan Ames finished 19th. Randy Schuler in 20th. Shane King in 21st. Christian Proctor in 22nd. Kelly Akron in 23rd. 24th was Jorge Ledesma Jr. after having such a great run all night. Tough break for him. Another tough break, Jake Raven in the 37 finishes 25th, and he is a playoff driver. Marty White in the early incident finishes 26th, and that rounds out your 26-car field as we will get a word from the top 3 this evening here momentarily. But for right now, as they celebrate, we're going to take just a quick break, one more break before our top tier H&W Electrical Truck Series post-race show. Keep it tuned right here. We'll talk to Latham Joyner, Brady Floyd, and Dylan Canova. But we will be right back after these messages. All right, welcome back, folks. We just saw a thrilling ending for the third spot. That was Dylan Canova and Talon Drake. And Canova ended up pulling out the third place spot and is our final finisher on the podium this evening. What a great race. But let's go ahead and get Dylan in here. We saw that really exciting finish. Dylan, this is Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, that was some really, really good racing down the stretch there between you and Talon Drake. He got past you. I was kind of thinking, okay, the tire saving is coming into play, and then you got past him, and he didn't have enough. What were your expectations first off going into this race, and then what was your goal?
I wasn't really sure what to expect with the changes today. I kind of practiced, and it definitely felt a little different, and the setup felt a little bit tighter over the long run, so I wasn't quite sure. I honestly thought we'd have a little bit more cautions, but then the goal was just to get a good run. I didn't get many stage points all season. Now we're kind of in that point crunch time, so just trying to be up front all night and kind of maintain and not get taken out of it.
Yeah, these playoffs are going to be crazy, especially with the new addition of no fast repair. And some of your playoff competitors finished lower in the rankings this evening. So anyway, you come in with a really good finish this evening that obviously has to take some of the pressure off going into Talladega, where anything can happen at the Super Speedway. So now you set your sights on race 2, right? And you're not locked in by any means, but you're in a good position. What's going to be your strategy looking ahead to next week as far as a Super Speedway race?
I mean, we won Daytona earlier in the year, so we ran good there after starting tail of the field. So I know we can do it. I think it's one of those, you just don't know what's going to happen. You know, obviously back at Daytona we had a fast repair, so now you've got to, take care of the truck the whole race. So that was kind of tonight more about getting as many stage points as possible, as many points as possible, to kind of try and build that little bit of a buffer, because you just don't know. I think you have to be aggressive if you just ride in the back, and then you might end up not making it, because if nothing happens, then you're just kind of on the outside looking in. You didn't even give yourself a shot. So I think you've got to still got to be a little bit on the aggressive side to make sure you're giving it the best chance, I guess, to make it on. You don't want to be the guy that rode around in the back and then have to look back on that and be like, well, I just rode around and now I'm out.
Right. And I know that's why I ask, because some people will approach a Super Speedway race and think, okay, I'm going to hang out in the back and kind of let things happen. Others are like, my goal is to qualify up front and try to stay there the whole race and out of the hornet's nest. Having no fast repair and now adding playoffs into the mix and a third portion of, hey, this is an elimination race. There's going to be 4 people not making it to the next round here. That's going to make things interesting. So looking forward to that. But Dylan, always a pleasure to talk to you. It's been consistent, I would say, since I've been doing the broadcast the last 3 weeks. So that's good for you. A lot of good finishes. Anyone you want to thank before we let you go celebrate?
Yeah, everybody over at Revved Up Racing, Dalco Paving, Excellence Realty, Adrenaline Graphics, obviously the admins for, again, giving us a place to race every Tuesday, you for putting on the broadcast, and everybody up front. It was really good racing, really clean racing, so it's nice to see up front. I think it'll be a good playoffs. But I think everybody is kind of starting to lock in, so you're going to start seeing the best of everybody every week.
Yes, sir. It was a good race tonight. We didn't know what to really expect with the update, but Besides from a couple issues, which is normal in any race, I think it went pretty darn well.
Yeah, considering the changes, it could have been worse.
Yes, sir. All right, Dylan, we will talk to you later. I would say maybe next week, but anything can happen at Talladega. Have a good rest of the evening, and congrats on the podium.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. All right, folks, that was our third place finisher, the 70 of Dylan Canova. Now, for my first time in the broadcast booth, we're going to get the opportunity to speak to the 20 of Brady Floyd. He came in tonight in playoffs and was absolutely on rails. Brady, this is Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, we saw you start up front, of course, and or start, I'm sorry, like mid-pack basically. And then we saw you get to the front, and then during the long green flag run, you kind of fell back. But during the same green flag run, you made up all those spots. Was it just a strategy of tire saving?
Yeah, you could probably call it that. Yeah, we were definitely not the fastest on the long run, so I made sure that when I was able to, just try and save as much as I could. We tried to, I guess, be aggressive with the tires for stage points in it. I think it was going to work out. I was probably going to hit around P4 on the first stage, and then we got that unlucky yellow, and then I hit P4 on stage 2, and then just the caution fell when it did, so we had a super long run, and I just was in decent position, so just kind of ran it out and saved pretty well, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say it went well. Second place. I was saying that I feel like if you had made the move past Dylan or had the opportunity to make the move earlier, maybe we could have seen you chase down Latham and get your first win of the season. But, I mean, this is the first time I've had a chance to speak with you from the broadcast side of things. So second place has to feel good. You came into tonight with 1,001 playoff points, and obviously going into the elimination race at Talladega next week, probably wanted to kind of expand that, not have as much pressure, I would assume, next week.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a down season compared to last season. We've got a lot higher competition this season, so it's not looking anything like it did last season for me. I think this is my best finish, maybe my second interview of the season. So, but we've been quietly consistent. Couple bad races, a missed race here and there, but yeah, snuck into the playoffs, and I mean, a good strong start here. This is definitely my best round. We'll see how the Glen goes. We'll see how Martinsville goes if we make it there. But yeah, it definitely feels good to have a bit of a points cushion at a super speedway. I'm really strong there. I think my team's really strong there. So we'll hope to have as many guys as we can on track, and definitely try and just work together and stay up front and try and prioritize our playoff guys to make it into that next round. And then I mean, with those two tracks, it's a toss up from there. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Yeah,
you never know. I mean, the Talladega as an elimination race, it's going to be about as exciting as it gets. Of course, there's that added layer, just like I mentioned to Dylan. There's no fast repair now, which is a new thing as of late, right? So you don't have that to bank on, I guess you would say. If you get an early wreck at the super speedway, that could be it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But, yeah, that safety net being gone, I think, has been a good step for the league, all in all. So
yeah, I agree.
We've been pretty sketchy at super speedways, just generally in the history of the league. So I'm definitely concerned for next week. Not necessarily from I think the racing will be bad standpoint, but just concerned for our playoff hopes. It seems like 3 wide has been difficult, but thankfully we have a track now that's a little bit wider. Talladega instead of Daytona, so hopefully we're able to do that cleanly. But it does feel like I guess a bit edgier than some other leagues I've raced in. So yeah, we'll definitely try and keep our noses clean, keep out of trouble. I don't know if that's going to look like staying to the back and just trying to prioritize a finish, or trying to stay up front, stay out of trouble, and bank stage points. So I think that's definitely going to be an interesting thing to pay attention to next week.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking to get some more insight from some drivers as we get closer about what their strategy is going to be. Before we let you go celebrate this second place finish, Brady, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, first off, just congrats to the other podium guys, Latham and Dylan. Great runs from both of them. I tried to wreck me and Dylan there on the last lap, apparently, accidentally. So I'm thankful for him for not killing us both there. Yeah, and then, of course, thank you to the teammates, Talon, Aaron, Chris, Adrian, and then all the other guys that have participated this season. Thank you to the sponsor, Four Cloak Media. You can find him at fourcloak.net, and Pierce Graphics, you can find him at piercegraphics.com. Yeah, and of course, thank you to you guys and the league sponsors for broadcasting as well.
Yes, sir, you got it. I appreciate it, man. Thanks again, and good luck next week if I don't talk to you before then. But for now, enjoy celebrating this one.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, folks, that was the 20 of Brady Floyd, who got a second place finish this evening. Next up, we have our winner. Picking up yet another win tonight is the 3 truck of Latham Joyner. Latham, this has to feel good locking in at this track before the elimination race at Talladega next week.
Yes, sir. It feels really good.
I've talked to Brady and Dylan about it. I'll ask you the same thing. I mean, now with the added pressure, no fast repair, going to a super speedway, it's a perfect mix for all the excitement you'd want as a broadcaster or a fan, not necessarily as a driver trying to get to that second round. You knock that out of the way. So from a different point of view from them, what's your strategy going into next week now?
Lead every lap, win the race.
Okay.
I actually really enjoy plate racing with trucks more than anything. The Xfinity cars are a little bit tough to handle. Trucks are very fun if you get a group of people that know what they're doing. The outside is normally faster. I typically don't block till about a couple laps to go. So the outside normally prevails, and you kind of do this what they call in a bunch of races the revolving door. The top will get to the lead, they'll jump to the bottom, second will get up on the top, and you'll just do that same motion over and over throughout the whole race.
Yeah, and I mean, with no fast repair now, it's like, okay, we saw some plate racing earlier in the season where that early crash up front is like, okay, hey, no big deal. Let's get our fast repair, get back out there, get back to the front, no big deal. Now all bets are off, right? One crash, and that could be, not for you, but that could mean the difference between these guys' playoff hopes for round 2 or being done for the season as far as that goes.
Yeah, obviously I have no pressure, so I can go out there next week and I enjoy a whole race. You know, a lot of the season I was obviously chasing the name that shall not be named pretty much all season. And now I've kind of turned into him the past 2 races. So next week is strictly, let's go have some fun. Obviously, Aaron has been right on my heels the last 2 races. Obviously, he got a timely penalty in this one that kind of gave me some breathing room. And I just really saved tires that last run. But yeah, it'll be fun next week. I can obviously race very, very aggressive and kind of almost scare people into either, hey, you're going to push me, or you're going to have a tough time getting some help, pretty much. And obviously, like I said, I enjoy it. I love being 3 wide. I love the pressure of that. It makes everybody tense. Everybody gets a little shaky, and then of course you have that big one.
That's right. It's inevitable. I mean, who knows when it's going to happen, and we could end up crossing the checkered flag next week with 10 trucks maybe out there.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah, you never know. You know, it could be lap 2 after we get up to speed, or it could be the coming to the checkered, and you have no idea. The winner might be sliding through the grass.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Well, this is becoming a common thing, but go enjoy the win. And obviously, like you said, no pressure now. You can kind of just not relax, but enjoy the race for what it is next week and go on to round 2. Before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, I just want to thank Josh Evans Racing for all he does for me in real life, and obviously I run his sponsor here in the game. That's Elite Cuts by Josh Evans Racing. I want to thank Excalibur Racing Engines and BHR and Rapid Racing for all they do for me as well, and Kenny obviously for letting me be on his team and kind of be their leader in all the speed and try to help them out throughout the race.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you joining me in the booth last few weeks. And maybe, just maybe, we'll have it another week next week. But enjoy celebrating the win and locking in, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Hopefully.
Yep. All right, folks, that was our winner from this evening, Latham Joyner. Another win, and this one locks him in to the playoffs for round 2. If you're not familiar with how that works, there are 5 races. The first 2 is round 1. After next week's race, we will go down to 8 drivers, and we will have 2 more races for round 2. And then we will set the stage for our Championship 4 at Homestead Raceway for our final week of the season. Those Championship 4 will battle it out in just that single race to see who determines our Season 2 H&W Electrical Series winner. So some exciting racing to come in the coming weeks. We'll have all the action right here for you on Royalty Racing Network. We have the King's Pit Pass podcast coming up next, so don't go away. We're going to end this broadcast, take a little bit of a breather, get ourselves together for the podcast, and we'll be right back with you here shortly on the same channel. Shout out to H&W Electrical for putting this on, being the main sponsor for the first 2 seasons. Press Gas, Haul Ass Designs, Drafty Beef over there. Majestic Promotional and Branded Apparel, and SM Racing Products for all the sponsorship and everything they do for us. Once again, my name is Joshua King. You've been watching the H&W Electrical Truck Series on Royalty Racing Network. We'll see you next week at Talladega.